Well, it had been expected there may have been an announcement of a breakthrough in U.S.-India trade negotiations at that rally, but nothing so far. With me now is author and journalist Ravi Agrawal. Ravi, thank you so much for joining us on your Sunday evening. First of all, Modi, during that rally in Texas, defended his decision to revoke the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. In your view and the view of Indian Americans, is this justified? And is this in the best interest of the residents there?
Well, I mean, the Modi government has for quite a long time been saying that its actions in Kashmir are entirely justified, that those actions were taken within Indian territory, so Indian-administered Kashmir. And the larger point they're making is that Kashmir has long been left behind, and that its sort of separate status, its unique status with separate laws and the ability to form its own decisions, in fact, holds it back in certain economic terms. And while there may be some truth to all of those points that the government has made over time, the fact remains that Kashmir is now entering its 50th day of a breakdown in communications. Most Kashmiris still don't have access to the internet. No place on earth has as many internet shutdowns as Kashmir does. And of course, there are widespread reports of security crackdowns and even some human rights abuses in Kashmir. So, while India may justify its move, it is a very problematic one, and the way in which it's been handled has rightly come in for criticism.
And indeed, it has been criticized, and as you mentioned, problematic. Should President Trump discuss these issues with Narendra Modi?
Well, the two can talk about it, but India has a long-standing policy that the United States will not mediate on the issue of Kashmir, in as much as Kashmir is a disputed territory between India and Pakistan. So simply because India has that long-standing foreign policy tenet, the United States knows better than to try and mediate unless it is asked for help. And India has not asked for any help on this issue. It sees it as an internal matter.
An internal matter and no interference so far from the Americans. What is the sentiment right now, Ravi, among Indian Americans about this closer relationship? We heard in that rally, Trump and Modi were just praising each other. They have this sort of like bromance that's going on.
That's right. But, I remember when we used to talk about a bromance between Modi and Obama as well. And I think the larger takeaway from this is that the Indo-US partnership is broadly bipartisan. It transcends individual leaders. It transcends parties. The one thing that is very clear is that over the last 20 years, the two countries have been growing closer together. They have people-to-people ties, trade ties, other kinds of defense and foreign affairs ties that are only growing stronger. And amid all of this, you have a very strong Indian American contingency here in the United States, more than 4 million people who are very successful. They tend to have a median income of about $100,000, which is nearly twice as much as the broader American average. So that is something, a constituency that is very important for Modi. It is very important for Trump as well. I should add, however, in the 2016 election, a majority of Indian Americans voted for Clinton and not for Trump. This may be something that Trump would like to change. He would like to appeal to that audience.
Thank you so much for your insights, author and journalist Ravi Agrawal. You're watching Newsday.